here we go. Okay, welcome everybody to our first
Hello.
interview for Peachyfuzz Interview Hub. Today we're going to be interviewing one of my favorite authors on Fimfiction, Tidal. Say hi, Tidal.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Yep, I'm Chromagus Flare. If you didn't know, you can call me Peachyfuzz. You can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. Ooh, that's an old joke. Really old joke. Okay, so
I'm Tidal.
before we go into questions, Title, just go ahead and introduce yourself in whatever way you want.
Name's Tidal on the site. Real name is Christian. Pretty open about myself. I don't really keep anything held in on the site itself. On my blogs, you'll see me talk a lot about my personal life and stuff. So don't blackmail me. Besides that, I mean, everything's pretty out there about me. But we're gonna learn more tonight on this interview, so I'm excited.
Sweet, sweet. Okay, let's start with some of the questions, Christian. By the way, my name's Colin, if you didn't know, but like I said, you can call me whatever you want. Okay, question number one. What brought you to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic?
Um, It was my little siblings. They were watching it pretty often. I didn't know what it was. It was just some background noise, and this day Arya came on, and I fell in love with Cadence's voice. I ended up looking at it, and I was like, "This is My Little Pony. What am I doing? I'm gay, whatever." Things that are probably not things I shouldn't have said. And one day I was like, "You know what? I'm a super open person. Let me sit down and watch it." And about 6 hours later, I was done with season one, and I was like, "Crap! I have to go to work in an hour." So since then, here I am.
That's classic. That's classic. Just, I don't really want to watch this. 6 hours later, absolute fan, watched every single episode.
Pretty much
Yep.
loved it.
All right. Why do you go by title?
Uh, my username used to be Improv. That is my OC's name. That was created by a friend of mine. He's an actor pony. I want to be an actor, so kind of my OC self insert. And it ended up where he wrote a story about someone named Improv, my OC, and I wanted to change it up so people didn't, I don't know, didn't attach me to his story and make it seem like I'm like just a fanboy. I don't know. I decided to go with Title, who's just he's one of the characters in my biggest story, Spirits of Equestria, and he's my favorite character. So I just stuck with that. I enjoy it.
Awesome sauce. Well, now we know why you go by your name. And to everybody paying attention, I would suggest go and check out his Spirits of Equestria story. I myself have to still go read it, but I actually have it right here as a bookmark. Like, I have the button right there. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep. Next question. Who are your top two main ponies?
Um, from the main, it would have to be Pinky, number one, hands down. Sorry, everybody, best pony. And besides Pinky, I would have to say Fluttershy. She was originally my favorite. I thought she was adorable. I loved her. She reminds me a lot of my girlfriend who's super shy and sits in the corner. Is just like no, but um, then I love Pinky because she's just like me. But those are the two.
Mhm. All right. Well, I must say, you do have a close resemblance to Pinkie Pie. Out of all the background ponies in the show, who are your top three background?
I'd like to say Luna's a background pony, but she kind of isn't. But from actual real background, it would have to be Lyra, Roseluck, and Colgate or Minuet. Those three. I don't know what it is. I think the three of them just look cool. I don't know. Like I just feel like they have good potential for background characters. Lyra has her hands conspiracy. Uh, Colgate's the dentist, and dentists always have the fun dentist stuff going on. And then Roseluck is just awesome. I don't know.
Weren't those the ponies brainwashed by Chrysalis in the wedding? I
I
know
think it
Lyra was
was
there, and I
Lyra and
know
Colgate were both there.
I have no
I don't
idea
know
who
who the
the
third
other
one
one
was.
was. Okay.
She was not important. But yeah,
And
those are the three that got
yeah,
brainwashed.
we also got your favorite princess in there, Luna. I have to say, Luna's awesome. She's definitely my favorite, so I'll agree with you there.
Yeah, Luna is incredible.
All right, let me
Nothing's wrong with
actually
Celestia. But,
add in
yeah.
another question here. Out
Okay.
of all the OCs you've come across in all these fan fiction, it can be from any famous fan fiction that everybody would know. Mine personally is Nyx. People would shoot me in the head for that, but
um,
that's the one time where I can accept a Alicorn OC. The only time, actually. So, out of all the OCs out there, one that you have not made, which one's your favorite?
Snowdrop.
Snowdrop.
Definitely Snowdrop. Off, you know, I saw the video and by Sweet Silly Philly Studios, and I just got like that warm fuzzy feeling, and I fell in love with her character, and she's like the super sweet, just wanted to be like everyone else kind of situation. Then she found out that her difference made her stand out, and that kind of stuff is kind of cliche, but for her, it made me just daw, and like cuddle up with my blanket, like So it was good. It was a great story. I loved it.
Hmm. It's. You said earlier about cliche. Here's what I want to say about that. If you're going to do cliche, do it right.
Exactly, and they definitely did it right with that story,
Yep.
or that video.
All right, let's go to the second question set, shall we? What brought
All
you
right.
to Fimfiction?
Oh man, that is. It was. um it all started with Smile HD. If anyone's seen that, I'm pretty sure everyone has seen that by now. With Pinky being my favorite character, I was still very new to the fandom. Seeing her kill everyone so graphically kind of scarred me a little bit. I was like, for like an hour after seeing it, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of wimpy. I was like sitting in a corner, depressed for a while. And but me being curious, I saw in the comments, hey, you should check out Cupcakes HD. I was like, okay, that was even worse. And then someone else in those comments said that it originated from a story, so I googled the story and read that because my curiosity got the better of me. And after reading Cupcakes for the first time, not on Fimfic, I was like depressed because the show makes people so happy. Reading such a graphic story kind of killed me. So I ended up googling happy Pinky stories, and I stumbled across Anonymous Pegasus' story, Why Pinkie Pie Smiles, and that story not only introduced me to Fimfic, but made me love Pinkie again because I was scared of her for a bit. And it's actually on my front page as one of my favorite stories on the site. It is a really great. It's a sad story, it made me cry, and it's just a great story. I would recommend it. And after I read that story, I was like, hey, this is a site all about My Little Pony. Let me go ahead and read more. And I slowly got stuck on the site, and then I made my own account. And from there, here I am.
You got sucked into the vacuum of infinite abyss. Congratulations.
Pretty much, and I'm okay with it.
All right, so you mentioned that story. What are four other Fimfiction stories that have reached the top?
Even though I just said Cupcakes depressed me, my favorite story on the site would have to be the Cupcake Chronicles by Miles Prower. It is incredibly graphic. It is very much NSW, so I can't like do any links or anything like that. But it is also an amazingly written story. The whole Cupcakes idea is genius, but terrible to me. Having the happiest character on the in the show secretly be like a psychopath murderer. It's terrible, but it's genius. And the way he wrote it, it was like she had just that alternate personality was taking over, and they were fighting throughout the story. And I mean, it was really really good. And it actually had some Klopp in there. And no offense to any Klopp readers out there, I don't have anything wrong with you guys or anything, but I'm not a Klopp fan. So for that section of the story, I ended up having to skip it because I was like, oh god. But the story itself is incredible, and it made me cry. I cried very hard reading that story, and I have never cried like that reading a story. I mean, I wasn't like bawling, but I was crying pretty waterfall streaming. So that was a good one. That's number one for me. After that, stories like Faster by Einhander. That was a great one. Rainbow, getting a little older, still wants to be a Wonderbolt. She kind of sacrifices a lot to go through with her dream, and in the end, it's pretty tragic. I'd read that one. Our Voices Carry Through the Hills by Surrey. That's also another amazing story. I would definitely recommend that one. Someone steals Twilight's voice and appearance to make her seem like she is going around doing terrible acts. Um, and I'm not going to give much away, but it is a very, very great epic, and I would read that one as well. And the last story would probably have to be. Hold on, it's right here. I just saw it. Uh, oh gosh, what was the one, Chrome? It was the one by Kalash. The
Oh,
one that
oh,
that one made me cry.
last one standing.
Last One Standing. Good Lord. That is an amazing, sad story. I definitely cried. I was late to work that day because I wanted to do the review so badly. Um, so I
Yeah.
would definitely check that one out. It's by Kalash. Uh, all these stories are on my front page as well. All five of them. Those are my five top favorites. Those are the ones that really hit me the hardest throughout my time on the site, which has been, what is it, like 28 weeks or something? I don't know. Those are my top favorites. They hit me the hardest. They made me cry the hardest. They made me, feel the most happiness. So check them out.
I have to say, that last one you mentioned, Last One Standing, that was among the first fan fictions I've ever read. Ever. And that's pretty much what hooked me into fan fiction. It
Yeah.
was
I
before I
mean,
read Past Sins.
I have yet to read Past Sins. I feel kind of stupid for not doing that, but it's so long. I'm like, I need to sit down and do it someday. I know you can buy
Someday,
like hard
don't
copies of it.
don't rush into it. It's one of the movies I would, I mean not movies, one of the stories I would recommend right off the bat.
Uh
But
huh.
but
I'll do it.
again,
I'll read it.
but again, like I said, read it when you have the time to do so. Okay,
Yeah.
next question. What do you think is your best story?
Hmm.
Eyes of Death here.
I mean, a lot of my different stories have got different reasons why I love them. A Revelation of a King, my sad Tartarus Sombra story. I love that one just because I love the idea of Tartarus and Sombra. But I mean, out of all of them, my favorite story would probably have to be the Spirits of Equestria, only because I spent. That's my first story. It's the story that I actually spent like 2 months planning. I created a whole universe that fits perfectly into the canonized universe of MLP. I changed nothing in the show's canon to make my story fit, so literally they tie it together in perfectly. And I get a lot of praise for that. Even though it's my first story, people say I could use working on my writing and stuff, which I will go back and rewrite it because I've learned a lot. But that is probably I'm most proud of that story only because of all the work I've put into it. So yeah.
Sounds great. Sounds great. I'm actually looking forward to the rewrite there. I'm wondering if I should wait until you do fix it up a little bit
I
to start reading it. What would you
I
recommend
would
for that?
wait.
I
I would wait only because I'm going to delete the story entirely because it was my first story. Everything makes sense. It's all kind of there, but I'm going to write the story is a part of a trilogy that I planned, and the actual Spirits of Equestria is number two in the trilogy. So I'm going to write number one now. I was gonna do like kind of Star Warsy, have it like the second one first, then like kind of do the prequel and then the last story. But I decided to just do the prequel first. So the first story, I'm gonna delete the second one, totally rewrite it from the ground up. So I would wait. It's gonna be the same, a lot of the same basic stuff, but a lot of it's gonna be changed. So save yourself the time.
All right. Well, I'll be sure to read that one later then. What do you think is your most successful story?
Hmm, that's a tough one. Almost only because One Last Crusade, my Kingdom Crusader story, definitely has the most popularity of all my other stories. It picked up a lot of traction when it first came out. But I think my most successful story would have to be the Revelation of a King, only because I was very proud and shocked that it was able to win third place at Everfree Northwest. Um, and BBOFF is actually editing it for me to make it all prettified because people who go to the convention will see it on the little con book. They'll see its title and they'll see the suggestion to go read it, and that I'm probably really proud of that one for winning, the third place prize, and that one's probably my most successful story for that reason. Because being a new writer, I was kind of honored to write alongside a lot of big name writers like Einhander and Rainbow Bob and stuff. And I got a lot of nice messages actually from those authors telling me, congrats and glad to have you on the site and stuff like that, which really made me feel welcome and good. So that's a revelation. I checked that one out too if you haven't.
Yep, go actually do go check that one out. I really loved that story. I wasn't expecting the power in the story itself when I read it, and once I was done, instant favorite.
Thank
If
you, I appreciate.
if you like good dark stories that has a good ending, that's one of them. And I wouldn't necessarily say it focuses on the dark. Just take the story for what it is. It's an amazing story.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Who are your most favorite users on the site?
I gotta pick favorites. I have a lot of users that I consider to be good friends, even though I've never met them in person or I haven't even seen them. Users like you and Surrey, famous last words. A lot of those users are people I talk to often. I think they're really awesome. Um, Besides them, I will probably pick authors for favorites that I don't necessarily talk to often. So users like the users that really motivated me to start writing when I first joined the site would have to be people like Cloudy Skies, who no longer is on the site. He took an indefinite hiatus, and we have yet to see him for like 60 weeks. So that was depressing for me. But he is was an amazing ship writer. None of his stories were very graphic or clop, but they were just true romance, and it was really really awesome to read. Einhander was another one. His stories were really awesome, and he's a really cool guy. Also, I've gotten several messages from him, and he actually followed me after the Everfree Northwest, so I talked to him a bit, and he's a cool guy too. And I'd have to say Miles Prower, Einhander, and Cloudy Skies are probably my three favorites outside of like my circle of friends on the site. All three of them were great. I actually talked to Cloudy Skies before. I sent him an email, pretty much thanking him for being so awesome, and that was that was that's that. I mean, those three guys are pretty cool. If you ever read any of their stories, I'd go check them out. Cloudy Skies, Einhander, Miles Prower. They're great authors.
There you go. Well, definitely go check them out. Tidal, when we get done with this, I want you to go through these questions again and just send me a PM with links so I can put them on description of the video.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Let's go into question set 3. Now, question set 3 has one generic question, and the rest after that are personalized questions.
Okay.
All right. What is your favorite genre or of any type of story?
That is definitely a tough one. Honestly, right off the bat, seeing that in the review group, Pleasant Commentary review group that I am a reviewer and admin for, you're the head of that, so you would know. But for the other ones who don't know, it's a great review group. It's slowed down a little bit just due to different complications, but we're hoping to get it back up. But in that group, I review sad stories. I think sad and tragic stories are my favorite. I'm a very happy person, very optimistic person. Nothing really gets me down. And if anything does get me down, I'm over it really quick. But getting a story to make me sad or make me cry or make me think, those are the best. And while I enjoy action and adventure and comedy and dark, I think my favorite genre will have to be sad. If you get me to cry or tear up or rethink my life, you will get a PM from me with cookies and congratulations, because that kind of stuff is like how you get to me. So
Well,
definitely sad.
I think I'll find a way to make you cry. I think I definitely will. In the good way. In the
Okay,
good way.
it's fine. Don't
All
like hurt my feelings.
Yep. All right, let's go into personalized questions. Your story, The Last Crusade. How did you come up with the idea?
That one was actually really fun. Uh, the whole the one Last Crusade situation was really cool. I was sitting in my room writing the next chapter for Spirits. I think I had just put out The Revelation of a King, and nothing had come out from the contest, so I had no idea how it did. But I listen to a lot of Black Griffin. I listen to a lot of, for people who follow me, they know that because I blog about them often. I listen to a lot of Black Griffin, listen to a lot of Fuzogs, and they both came out with a song. Black Griffin came out with a Crusader song called "Are We There Yet?" And I'll send you the links for those as well, Chrome, so you can put those on the description. Also, this the song "Hearts" by Fuzogs, and he does a lot of like dubstep type remixes, electric music. That song was really powerful to me only because it took the song. We've all heard "Hearts as Strong as Horses," and it made the Crusaders seem really independent and really, we can do anything. And I kind of like that, and it gave me the remix is really like it hit really hard. It had a lot of cool beats. So thinking about it, I was like, I imagine them being like, we can do anything. Let's just go do it. And after listening to that song, I closed out my tab with Spirits, opened up a new tab, spent like 5 hours, pulled an all nighter, stayed like 5 hours writing the first chapter of One Last Crusade, and I didn't even show it to anybody. I just threw it up on the site, and it ended up doing really well. I was pleasantly surprised. It was on the popular box for a couple days, whatever. It has the most views, and because of that, uh, I've been trying to work on that the most, and I love the Crusaders. So writing the story with them was really exciting, and seeing people actually enjoy it was even more exciting. Um, that's kind of the idea came from a song, and it blossomed into something beautiful.
Came from a song. Music definitely helps inspire.
Almost
Next
all of my songs
question.
actually were inspired from songs. Go ahead.
Best stories usually are. I know you're working on a ton. Why am I reading it? So you're working on a ton of projects, as we all know, collaborations with other people and your own stories, and even activities in other groups. Out of all those projects, which one are you most excited for?
Um, Man, there's a lot of different things I'm trying to do. A lot of the stories that I'm working on currently are things out of my comfort zone. As people who read my stuff, people who follow me know that I write mostly adventure tragedy or adventure tragedy. That's almost every one of my stories is tragic in some way. Um, so I think honestly my favorite thing coming up would probably have to be the collaboration I'm planning on doing with Famous Last Words. People who know him will know that he's a huge Spike ship writer, and he's a great romance writer in general. And he contacted me pretty recently because we talk a lot, and he said that he would love to do a collaboration with me, and he actually gave me the details so far, and I think actually that's what we're going to chat about later. And I can't give away any details now, but I am very excited. I think it's going to be really really fun, and we're both doing a story outside of our comfort zone. So his exact words were, "If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me." And I was like, "Let's do it. I will gladly sink with you." So keep
I
an
will.
eye out for that. If you follow either one of us, we'll keep you updated.
I will sink your ship, or patch it up, depending. We'll find out. All right. What is one random awesome skills that sets you apart from all other authors on this site?
um, I'm
You actually,
obviously a much better writer. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Honestly, I'd have to say it's not really a skill, I guess. Um, I'd have to say it's probably like my personal just optimism. I don't know. I see a lot of people get on and they're usually really really happy, and then they'll be really depressed, and I'm like, I kind of reach out to them and I'm like, hey, if you need any help. And I've actually helped a lot of authors that are like, oh, my story sucks, I'm gonna give up and hate my life, and I'll reach out to them and help them out with whatever they need, pretty much. Uh, I think that's probably one of my favorite things about me. I don't know if I should have a favorite thing about me, but that to me that makes me happy that I know that I'm able to help other people out just by being my happy-go-lucky self.
and I think that's what does set you apart because you really set yourself to go out and help people. Just being a commentator on the. Not only are you a commentator for the review group that we are part of, but you do, in fact, I see you every day. You go to those that are struggling and you find some way to help cheer them up. and they actually, in return, they help you and they cheer you up when you are in one of those ruts.
I have those moments. Yeah.
Who doesn't? Like, I think everybody does. I'm
Yeah.
100% certain everybody does. If there was one thing you could say to your followers, what would it be?
Thank you. Biggest. My heart goes out to all of you, all 80 something, 82 of you. I know a lot of you don't really talk to me very much. You just kind of look out for my stories. Even then, though, the continued support, it really motivates me to go move on. When I first joined the site, I was posting vlogs with 0 followers, and I was like, maybe someone will see them. No. But as I put more work in and as I helped more people out and reached out to more people, I got more people who followed me, and I talked to a lot of people in PMs, some people in text. I have some people's numbers. Just it's a really great community, and having so many loyal people that just come on just to see how I'm doing or just to read my blogs and laugh at my silliness and put up with my retardedness, I really appreciate it, and you have no idea how much it motivates me to keep going. There have been times where I was kind of like, I don't really want to write anymore. I'm done. And then I'll see someone put on one of my stories, I can't wait to see more. You're amazing. And I'm like, okay, I guess. So thank you to all my followers. You guys are great.
Because you guys are great. Don't ever forget that. So,
Never.
with what event really propelled your. So, from the beginning, you had 0 followers. What really propelled you from then to now? What was a particular event that really stands out to you that boosted your reputation?
It
Reputation.
was it was definitely One Last Crusade got me a lot of followers. And then being in the review group, like I said, reaching out, helping so many people, giving people advice. I get a lot of follows from that. And a lot of times I'll say, hey, why'd you follow me? And they're like, because you're just a great guy, and that kind of stuff. You don't have to. I'm not one of those people who's like, you can only follow me if you like my stories. Follow me if I don't know, or whatever. I appreciate it. It's just really cool, and that definitely that story and being a reviewer, being a commentator, and just helping people. Those two things bring in a lot of followers for me, and I love it because I meet new people and make new friends every day because of it.
Moment of silence for that answer.
Actually, I have to take a phone call real quick. I was telling you about that.
Yep.
So I will return in just a moment.
Okay. While you do that, I'm going to make some words, so go ahead and put yourself on mute. Okay, so there are some things I actually do want to talk about right here before we finish up, and this goes along with Peachyfuzz Interview Hub. I will be doing interviews with anybody that really catches my attention. I already have a couple people lined up that I want to do interviews for. A couple of them I still have yet to contact. Another few I have already contacted, and when I contact you, if you say yes, pretty much the choices are what I can do. We can try doing a live stream, which is a little bit more of a special occasion. So you kind of have to bribe me a little bit. No, you really don't. But the preferred things I want to do is either a face to face chat on Skype or an avatar to avatar voice chat on Skype. So most of the time I'll actually have my camera on so you'll see me, but if you don't want your face on, you can just turn off your camera and we'll still chat, do the interview. I will be coming to you, don't ask me, get my attention, just things like that. Best of luck to you guys, and I look forward to meeting you all. And let me just put in a couple good words for my friend Tidal here. The first time I personally met him was when I did create the PCARG, Pleasant Commentator and Review Group, which is what we've been mentioning throughout this whole entire time. This review group, he joined in and he decided that he wanted to be a commentator. And at the time, I was really looking for commentators. Still am now. And I'm going to push forth the effort a little bit more to find good people that are willing to do reviews. We're pretty laid back. If it seems like we're strict now, I'm definitely going to push things forward to really show you that we are laid back. I want the group to stay pleasant, but back to topic here. I met Tidal in that group, became a commentator, and all the reviews he made were absolutely phenomenal. Pretty much instantly my favorite. Good night, Dad. Love you. My favorite reviewer from the whole entire group. And Tidal's now back, so let's continue with the questions.
You might see a sister or two run in. Ignore that.
And a good brother, that's what makes you really special.
I mean, come on.
It's like, oh, shucks. Next question.
Oh, no, don't even.
What is your favorite activity or mode to play on in the game of Halo?
um, for those handful of people that are you going to bed? Good night. I love you. Tuck yourself in. Um, people who played with me, which was you and a handful of others that actually got to play with me one day, know that I really enjoy sniping. So the two game modes that I'd have to do from Halo would probably be team snipers and team doubles. Team snipers, obviously, because I love sniping, I'm good at it. Um, team doubles, I like it because when I'm playing with one other person, I have that one spotter. One of my nicknames online with all my friends is Eagle Eyes. I see a lot of stuff other people don't. There's a lot of times in Call of Duty where I'll get a kill and someone's like, "How did you see them?" And I'm like, "I don't know." So being a sniper is really fun for me, and doubles, I can have that guy always have my back, always help me get more ammo, whatever I need, and be my spotter, be my call out person. So that's probably my two favorite game modes.
That reminds me of a time when we played Duck Hunt, and you could pick
That was
people
fun.
out quite easily. I think me and you were the only ones that could do that. But
Yeah, that's
that
fun.
was good times right there. Good times right there. How did you go get so good at the sniper?
Um, Funny story with that. I actually used to suck at games so bad that I would. It was kind of like in dodgeball. I was that one guy that was left on the team, and the other team that got me would be like, "Oh, God, we got Christian." Same thing with Halo. I went to a party one time. I was the last person picked for a team. The team I went on was just like Christian, stand in the corner with a sniper. This was back in Halo 2 days, and I literally just stood in the corner with the sniper. And then when I finally started to see people, I would instantly kill them with the sniper. And my team started to realize that I actually have a really good knack for it. So I ended up buying my own Xbox at some point, and when I did, I got Halo 3. I continued sniping because I liked it, and I figured I was good at it. By the time Halo Reach came out, I was pretty good. My friend Night Spark made us a montage. It's basically a snipe-tage to me, but I don't know. I had like 20,000 sniper kills, 19,000 headshots. I got really good at it, and it was just practice over like a course of 5 years, just randomly playing, made me get good at it.
Awesome sauce. I actually really enjoy using the sniper, but when I'm playing with you, I have no chance to fire it.
Give me
Usually.
1 second. I'm getting another phone call. I apologize, everyone. It's very unprofessional of me. Just one moment.
It's
It's my
okay.
mother.
Must be important. I'll let you go. And it's my turn to entertain everybody again. So, make everybody jealous. That's right. I have Rainbow Dash staring at me whenever I go onto the computer. Bask in my glory. No, really, don't. Actually, do. Half of me wants you to, the other half of me doesn't. Actually, more like 4 8 8 thirds. I'll let you do whatever you guys want to do with that being said. So, if you actually, I do take recommendations. If you do know a user that you want me to interview, want me to contact to interview, go ahead and hit me up with a request, and I'll see what I can do to contact them. If you hit me up with a request, be sure to link me to their user page. How you can do that is either on the comments on our channel here, on the video, or you can actually go to fimfiction.net to my user page, which is actually linked on the channel, and you can send me a private message there. And you back, Tidal?
Yes.
Okay, where were we at? What is your career interest?
I think I mentioned earlier that I want to be an actor, and that is correct. I'm going to be going to acting college in the fall. Very exciting. KD College in Dallas. I live in Texas, by the way. Don't come find me unless you want to like chill, be cool, go to the movies. But I do want to be an actor. That is one of my dream jobs. Film, it doesn't matter. My honestly, after watching MLP for so long, one of my dream jobs would be to be an actor on the show. Be amazing. Um, Honestly, I think because there's a lot of voice acting courses at my school. After I'm done, they will bring in voice acting directors and agents, and I could talk to people and see if it'd be a possibility for me to be like the voice of I don't know, noteworthy or something. Someone random. I don't care. They could make me a character that sits in the corner and picks his nose all day. I'll be on the show. That's all that would matter to me. That'd be awesome. But acting is just that's my calling, I think.
Acting is fun. I really enjoy acting myself. I more so
Just
do
yeah.
silent acting, not necessarily pantomiming, but the less words I have to say, usually the better I do, because I do have a little bit of a speech impediment. I am dyslexic. One of the reasons why I cannot spell for the life of me. But enough about me, let's get back to you. How did you come across the saying, never stop smiling?
I think we've all seen that picture of Rainbow sitting at Pinky's grave, and on Pinky's tombstone it says "Never stop smiling," and behind the tombstone you see the ghost of Pinky crying. Now that picture broke my heart, and the saying itself was actually pretty awesome when I saw it. And I stuck with it. It kind of stayed with me. The "Never stop smiling," because honestly, you never know when your time is up. I hate to get so deep when your time is up on this world. And if my time was to come soon, I would want to be remembered as the person that always looked at life, half full or was always happy. I don't want people to think I was depressed in any way. And I think that would be something I would want to be one of my last things. Everyone never stop smiling. Everyone just stay happy. That would make me happy. I'd be in the afterlife like, hey, if everybody was happy, that made me happy.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have a funeral like Pinkie Pie's, where you just have a party.
There will be I will welcome death with a party. I'll give him a party hat. That's a last one standing reference.
Yep.
Read that story.
Read it. Read it. What is your current job and position?
Oh God, I'm a Best Buy. I work at Best Buy. I am a home theater sales. Uh, what do they call it now? I don't even know. I sell TVs. I sell TVs, video games, appliances, car-fi, audio, blah blah blah. It is very very stressful. We're not even commissioned, which makes it more stressful because my manager will come over and be like, "Why are you selling so crappy?" And I'm like, "Because there's no one here." And and then I work crazy hours. But other than that, I mean, I'm grateful I have a job, even if it is an annoyingly sucky one.
Everybody has those moments.
Yeah.
If
Ouch.
you could pick any musical instrument, what would it be?
Um, you can actually kind of see I have like a guitar in the background, like right there. I have a couple over there actually. You can kind of see a few of them. Huh. But I think guitar is fun. My favorite instrument to play would I'm tied between cello and piano. Those two instruments are just beautiful to me. I'm like this close to buying a piano from Best Buy with my discount, and hopefully I can really get into it and learn it because I just think it just sounds so pretty. If you guys have not heard Chroma, what I have a screwdriver. If you guys have not heard of Chromagoss's uh, his cover or the song he wrote for my story Lucid, it's a piano song. It's linked. I will link that as well because that song was awesome, and that song made me be like piano, yes. So I want to get one so I can make cool music too, like Mr. Flair here.
Thank you. All right, last question. For future interviews, what are some users you want me to get in contact with?
Ooh, I'd like to see you interview a couple people like Surrey or Famous Last Words, people I talk to often. I like to kind of see a lot of the same questions you ask me, questions that, see how they answer them because we talk a lot, we have a lot in common. Users like them. Uh, Also, Renewal, he's a really cool guy. Like him, see him get interviewed would be pretty cool.
He
He's
is
funny.
cool. He is cool.
Uh, Icebox Froggy as well. Just a bunch of those are all really cool
He
people. Those
is
are
in
people in my
queue.
immediate friend circle.
Icebox
Oh, he is?
Froggy is in
Okay.
queue.
Nice. I look forward to seeing that. Those users, those sound like users I'd really like to see on the spot. So yeah, famous last words, Surrey, Avox as well. I really like Avox. He's a really cool guy. I talk to him very, very often. Those are some people I'd like to that I can name off the top of my head that I talk to often.
Alright, well, that's 5 people. That's a great start for me. One of them is already in queue. I actually do plan on getting in touch with Famous Last Words. Have an interview with him as well with these questions.
I
Okay,
probably am gonna message him right now, actually.
yep. Well, I think that's all the questions right there. If anybody watching has any questions, like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm the guy who pretty much runs this channel. I'm going to see what I can do to get some help. I have some great ideas to help boost this idea out so we can not only get ourselves more infested to each other, but also just build the community better and greater. So, thank you for watching. Bye bye.
See you guys.